Hey guys, how are we going? It is a pre-game show. Monday, 8 games on in the NBA. We're here to look at lineups. We're here to talk to you guys. We're here to answer questions, all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, good to have you guys here. The usual plan for pre-game shows is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's usually when I'm going to do them. So just be aware, like if you ask if there are pre-game shows on other days, I'm usually just going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sundays, the starting times are all over the place. Thursday's games, I've already done a live show that day with a mailbag, so I don't like to double it up, and there's not much on. And then Friday, Saturday, I don't work as much, so I'm not doing the pre-game shows on those days. Steve says, can I drop pool yet? You can do whatever you like, Steve. I wouldn't do it. You can do whatever you want. So you have permission to do anything that you want in your life. Good luck with it. I would not drop Jordan Poole. When you jump in, if you could hit like and thumbs up on the video, it just pushes it out to more people, get the numbers in early to get things cracking, and that would be awesome if you're able to help out in that way. As we look at what's going on, we just got some updates. Let's just have a look what happened here. Killian Hayes is back. Nuggets starters were announced. I assume it's the same. Hornets starters are announced. Ball, Miller, Hayward, Bridges, and Williams. PJ Washington benched. Interesting. So they just don't give a fuck. They extended PJ and they're just benching him for criminal legend Miles Bridges. There we go. I would be very quick to consider dropping PJ after today's game. I want to see how they use him, but that is, yeah, there we go. That has happened. All right, I'm going to throw the lineup screen over for you guys to have a look at as well. Josh, why do you have Vegeta's hair? I don't know what that means. I assume you're having a crack at me, so I don't give a... Yeah, whatever. Good for you. Where did the Stingers go? All right, I haven't mentioned this. This would be the 30th time I've talked about this. I can't play them. I can't. I just can't play them. Copyright issues. I can't play them. Not mentioning again for the next month. My mom, Josh Hart or Josh McRoberts? Josh Hart in that I can't shoot. So that, yeah. Who would I rather have, Herb Jones or Bilal? I'll take Herb Jones there. All right, what else have we got? Quentin Grimes is in. I cannot believe the Hornets. I can't believe how disgusting this team is. No, everyone deserves a second chance. Sure. No worries. It's just deflating. It's just so deflating, man. Anyway, cool. I don't know why it bothers me so much. Maybe because I'm against violence against women. Maybe. It's just frustrating. I'd love to know what happened with those other 2 arrest warrants that got pushed back to February now. I don't want to focus on that anymore because that has happened. The Celtics are starting Hauser. So he has moved into the starting lineup. And who else is it? It's just Hauser. What other lineups are we waiting on? Just a flurry of news coming through at the moment. You can see lineups up on the screen there. So we've got Boston's lineup confirmed with Porzingis and Hauser. So Holiday, Brown, Hauser, Tatum, Porzingis. The Hornets going with Ball, Miller, Hayward, Bridges, Williams. The Nuggets going with Jackson, KCP, Porter, Gordon, Jokic. And the Pistons we don't know, but we know Killian is back. No, is Duran back? Have we heard on that one yet? Let me have a look. Jalen Duran, I believe... he was questionable. Where is he? No, he's out again. Far out. He's close to a return. That's great. How close? I don't know. Bucks starters, Lillard, Beasley, Middleton, Giannis, Lopez. That has been announced. So we're getting all that done. What's the other one? The Wizards. I don't imagine there's going to be a change in that lineup. Yeah. All right, so we need to really watch what goes on with Washington, Hayward, Miller, all of those guys. Bridges is going to have safe minutes. I don't really think there's a debate with that. Is Vanderbilt a pickup? Not really. Like, it's going to be pretty deep. He's literally not even playing yet. Is it really? Unless he's back tomorrow. No, he's currently still questionable for tomorrow, I believe. So, no. Like, the upside in him is so low that why would you bother even before he's back? I'd like to see how they use him, what his minutes are like. There's no way I'd be interested in grabbing him at this point. But again, give more context if you want better answers. Why is Bridges back but Kevin Porter isn't? based purely on skill. Kevin Porter also has a significant history of bad locker room incidents and bad behavior, so I'm guessing that's part of it. But I don't know otherwise. Would it be preemptive to drop Rozier expecting him to lose his starting job? It would be extremely preemptive. Why do you expect that he loses his starting job? It would be extremely preemptive. Steve, congratulations for going 4-0. Well done. Josh, should I have dumplings or instant noodles? It's always going to be... Over instant noodles, there has to be dumplings. Is Pritchard getting 30-plus minutes? No way of me knowing that. Jake, I would suggest probably not. They haven't really ever lent into that at all. So I would say 30-plus seems unlikely. Is Pritchard a solid stream? He's an okay stream, yeah. Do I think Biombo holds the starting spot when Tillman returns? I do. At least for the short term, but Tillman's like week to week now, so it's so far away from him returning that, yeah, I'm not interested. Who has a better chance of playing first, Fultz or Rozier? Well, they give us no information on either of these guys, so it is really tough to know. I would say it's probably Fultz, but who knows? No, Albert, don't drop PJ Washington. I just said that, but you might have just tuned in, so wait, let's see what happens today, yeah? Let's see. If they play him 24 minutes, then yeah, kick his ass out of there. Him shooting 10% was not because Bridges was back. It was because he was just inconsistent. His minutes were still fine as a starter. But now we need to see what they do. Is my son ever going to join the show again? He said he wants to come back for another Christmas show. We'll see whether he does or not. He's obviously got exams. He's at school. He's not here when I'm recording these. It's like 10:30 in the morning. He's at school. But he might do the Christmas recap show again. That was his plan anyway. Are the minutes on screen official or your projections? There's no such thing, Steve, as official minutes. These are my projections. NBA teams don't list minutes. These are my projections. I hope this isn't true. I hope this. Someone said Asar just got benched. Did he? I haven't seen any news at the moment on the Pistons lineup. If that's true, that is embarrassing from an embarrassing team. I haven't seen that come through yet, though. Is Jalen Green a drop? No. Yeah, he was bad last game, but look at the games before that. No, so the Pistons starters, thanks for lying, Zelux. It is Cunningham, Ivy, Thompson, Stewart, and Bagley. So Kevin Knox got benched. Bagley's back starting, and Ivy keeps starting over Killian Hayes. So they're mixing stuff up. I don't know what the purpose of lying about stuff is. Maybe you didn't lie. Maybe you saw it somewhere and someone else was lying to you. Do I play fantasy football, Josh? I did last season. I won the league. They didn't invite me back, so I don't know what happened there. But yeah. So no, I'm not. I don't have a team this year in fantasy football. Yeah, the Pistons. So will they keep Ivy starting? Let's hope so. I wouldn't mind grabbing Jaden at this point, even though he was not particularly good last game. I also think that he is a shot to get benched when Boyan returns. The lineups are so crazy with this team. Or any of these teams. There's so many weird things going on. Okay. What's my... sorry. Well, Zilux, you didn't lie. Underdog lied. I didn't see their tweet on that. What lineup did they tweet out? Did they delete it? I hope they deleted it. I don't know where they saw that lineup because I saw nothing about that. I'm assuming they deleted it. I can't see it on their feed, so they probably deleted it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a grab of Ivy. I wouldn't mind it. I'm not 100% convinced. I'm just going to look to see whether he is available in any of my leagues. I don't think he's going to be great, but locking in a starting role is interesting. Is he available? He's available in the industry pickup, and he's available in the World Cup. Okay. Let's look at my industry pickup team. Can I drop anyone to get him? Maybe. Yeah, I can actually. So let's... All right, it's worth having him, I think, just to see where that goes. Shout out to anyone who is in industry pickup who is... watching this show and knows now that I'm going to try and grab him. We'll see whether it works or not. I'll try that for tomorrow. All right. Make that ad. Man, I can't believe Kevin Knox starting didn't work. What a shock. Bagley starting's not going to work either, by the way, boys. Now, probably the biggest thing we watch today, it's Jaden Ivey and PJ Washington. They're the two biggest things that we watch, at least early on. Asar was not benched last game. He was benched 2 games ago, not last game. Do I have other YouTube pages where I discuss other sports? No, I don't. I just do basketball. How will fantasy operate September 4th to 10th with in-season tournament playoffs? Exactly the same as usual, except that every team plays 2 games. That's the only difference. They put Knox instead of Asar. Okay. Yeah. Multiple people have asked me, hey, what are you doing? Do you just cut that week out? There's no games on. There's no games officially listed in the schedule yet because they don't know what the schedule is. But every team plays 2 games in that week. It's week 7. Every team plays 2 games, and fantasy will just roll on as usual. And the final game of the in-season tournament, it's not a regular season game, so I'm going to believe that it doesn't count in fantasy. Although, the fantasy providers haven't actually told us anything about that. But I don't see how that's going to be the case. I don't see how they would... If it doesn't count for regular season games, I don't see how it would count in fantasy. Grimes is back. Will he start or is Dante starting? I'm expecting that with Grimes back, he starts. Tom Thibodeau doesn't like a switch up very often. What's Trey Murphy's upside for points? It's not that high in points. It's way higher in category leagues. It's not that high in points. It's maybe top 100. Category leagues, it's probably top 70. Is there a podcaster with my podcast style for fantasy baseball? I don't know. I don't listen to fantasy baseball. I don't play fantasy baseball. We do have a Locked On Fantasy Baseball podcast. They're not going to be the same style as me, obviously, right? Because that's me, man. I just do what I do. But they're pretty good. I've listened to some of their stuff, and they're pretty good. But it's not going to be the same style here. Champagny or DiVincenzo for a point stream? That is an interesting one. With Grimes back, I think that probably. So here's the Wizards lineup: Jones, Poole, Avdia, Kuzma, Gafford, same lineup. I think it's probably with the full healthy team. DiVincenzo was playing under 20. It's probably Champagny, unfortunately. Would I stop talking just say shit, Turk, it's fine, about ESPN if I got sponsored by ESPN Fantasy? No, I'd just be honest. I will be honest about whatever. All right? If they're going to do stuff that's bad, I will say that it's bad. I was sponsored by Sleeper at one point, and in every one of my reads, I said they only offer one format, and it's not for everybody, but it's great for beginners, which is honest, right? Are they going to pay me to shut up about the things that they do wrong? The easy solution, they can pay me. If they want to pay me $1 million and say, hey, don't say anything about us, I would take $1 million, right? I'm not going to be stupid, and I'll tell you, I took $1 million. But their easy solution is just fix it. It shouldn't be that hard. How pissed is my son with the Chargers? Yeah, look, he's really pissed. He was like, at the start of the year, he's like, yeah, you know what, I'm a Chargers fan, but I really like the Lions. Maybe I'll switch teams. He said, no, I'll stick with my team. But then yesterday, he's like, man, why didn't I switch teams? I said, good that you didn't switch teams, but yeah, frustrating. Yeah, I think Staley's cooked. Has to go. Is it time to drop Clay? That's a good question, and it allows me to do this. Not yet, but I reckon if he has another stinker today, then yeah. Bring back Locked On AFL in 2024. I can't. Kane's too big time now. Kane Pittman too big time. He's not even worth for Locked On anymore. He's just too busy being the face of ESPN. He's too much of a big time. He's big time all the way through. So I also don't have time for that. Unfortunately. Do I think Dyson loses the starting job now that Jose is back? No, I don't. Jose has not played. He's had no preseason. And while Jose might cut into Daniels' minutes, what's to say that Jose is a better player than Dyson? He's definitely not a bigger part of their future. And I don't think that'll happen, at least not immediately. I do talk shit about Yahoo and ESPN and Sleeper. What is your favorite stream today? That is a good question. Let's go and have a look at where we sit on my streamers today. So I was just trying to check something out. All right, let's have a look. Where are we at for streaming today? With the injury news that we know, where am I looking? Sammy Hauser. Hauser's probably number 1. Leaky Monk. Maybe we look at him. Depends on your league. He's available in some spots. I like Sammy Hauser. I like Caruso, the Rabbit Hunter. I like Dyson Daniels. Kyle Anderson, Leaky Beasley, Bilal Coulibaly, Burks, Reggie Jackson, and Peyton Pritchard all look pretty streamy to me. Then we can go down to the lower ones like Champagny, Tate, Terrence Mann for those freaks in the deeper streets. That sounds very rude. That's okay. I'm a big boy. I can say rude words. Okay. Josh will take $1 million from ESPN, but Jeremy Grant can't take his... But Jack, I said this exact thing. I said it on yesterday's show. It's annoying that he just took the bag and just doesn't care about winning basketball. But I also said, if someone wanted to offer me that amount of money, I probably would take it as well. It's a lot of money. So there you go. I'm staying consistent. Any updates on Vando, Trey, and Amen? No, I did a literal whole show on injury updates today, though. It's called The Injury Show, The Injury Report Show. You can go check all that out there. Haywood and PJ are done thanks to Bridges. Not necessarily, Josh. You go back 2 years ago, and Haywood was actually able to be useful enough with Bridges there. So I detailed this the other day with Haywood. I was worried a little bit about his usage, but these guys are shooting 10% or 13% with Bridges gone, with Bridges back, and that's nothing to do with Bridges. Literally nothing to do with him. And the minutes were all fine as well. So maybe, but not necessarily. Has Sleeper ever given a reason for just... Yeah, they think that they've reinvented the wheel. Fantasy basketball is broken and we fixed it. Nah, you didn't. You didn't. And so they just are so locked into their lock-in mode or game pick mode. They think it's the only way, which is absolutely stupid because they could actually take so much of the market away. And they've done it in football. They could take it away if they just weren't stubborn and said, hey, let's actually play proper fantasy basketball. They would win. But they don't. So screw them. Is Oubre worth a stash over Brogdon? Yes. Over Brogdon? Yes. If Şengün is out, do I prefer Landale or Green? I prefer Landale. I think they'd start Landale in that scenario. So Şengün is questionable. The other questionable one we're waiting on is Fan of Pants, Kevin Huerter, with that finger issue. There is also Sasha Vezenkov. And that's it. Any updates? Johnny Davis is available for tonight's game. There you go. Better get him out of the better get him out of my injured slot. All right. Hit thumbs up if you guys are here. It's always a help to get the show more thumbs and likes and that. Any updates on Cam Thomas? No, but we should get one this week. He should be back later this week, I'm guessing. Are there any good fantasy sites? What do you mean? Like Fantrax is the best. Fantrax is simply the best site to host fantasy at this point. It could be beaten at some point, but at this point, it's very clearly the best. What is my hottest take play you think will be good at some point? What do you mean? You remember it was Maximum Derek? Yeah, well, that was actually true. Yeah, okay. Fix my questions up because they're getting cut off. My bad. I will adjust that. Let me fix that. I don't know why that's... There we go. That's better. Sorry about that. Who will be good at some point? I don't know. Those questions off the top of my head, I'd have to sit down and have a look. There are guys that I think might turn into serviceable players, like Jaden Springer, BJ Boston, who just get no opportunities. Josh Minot is another interesting one, but I've never seen them do it, right? White, I'd seen do it, and it was just like, man, this is so frustrating. Why won't you get minutes? Pajemski is another one. Moody is another one in Golden State, who I think are good players who, if given that opportunity, would be very, very strong. But no one is standing out the way that White used to. How long do you wait to add Wiggins if he plays well tonight? Look, if you're deciding it, just add him tonight. It will depend who you drop, but yeah, just add him tonight. Anyone know what website Josh is using? I do. It's basketballmonster.com. How big of a drop-off for Bane when Jar comes back? It's sizable. His usage is through the roof, and his assist rate is well up, and both of those things won't hold at that level. Maddie Smith says, have I considered creating my own fantasy sports platform? Yes, but it's a lot. It's a lot of outlay, and I have absolutely no idea how to code websites. I'd have to spend a lot of time learning, and I don't know how to do it. I know what I would put in it. I know how I would do it, but it's a lot of outlay, a lot of money, a lot of time. But it is always rolling around in my head, yeah. Is there a website where I can store my team roster for this season to analyze it later? Ricardo, I didn't pay you to say this, but this feels like I've set up questions. Yes, basketballmonster.com. It's a great website. That's what we do. How many injured players are you willing to hold outside of IR? Well, RR, good name, good question. The answer to that is it depends, and that's a frustrating answer. Am I at the top of my standings? Then we can probably hold 2. Am I struggling and I've lost every week so far? Then probably 0. And it also depends who the player is. Is the player Bradley Beal? I'd probably be inclined to hold him because I think he can be solid enough. Well, actually, maybe not because I don't know when that injury is the player Tyler Hero, right? I would be inclined to hold him. Is the player fringe injured legend Wendell Carter? And I've already got 2 other injuries, then probably not. That depends a lot. Livers is back today. Will he even be in the rotation? Well, surely he's better than Kevin Knox. So there is a very clear opportunity for him to be in the like Stanley Amude and Kevin Knox are playing. So Livers is going to have to find that spot pretty quickly. Is Avdir a long-term 12-team player? He's playing really well at the moment. He's getting a lot more shots than I thought he would. Bigger usage. I love that they're playing him. And in the preseason, when we were trying to predict Wizards lineups, I was very big on Avdir's going to start, but there was a lot of pushback. Now it's going to be Kispert. Because I was like, Avdir fits perfectly with these guys. And I am so glad they lent into it. I just didn't expect that he would jump his usage up the way he has, but he's been good. Should I add Tillman? Why would you? No. You got negative news about him on his injury today. There's no reason to add him now. How many pieces of bacon is too much? It depends. Are you on holiday having a breakfast buffet? Then 10. If you're just regularly living your life at home, probably 2 is probably getting too much, I'd say. Do I play chess? I never knew how to play chess, Jack, and I learnt about 3 years ago. My partner taught me until I got too good and started beating her. Then she didn't want to play me anymore. I'm sure she's not listening to this. But I don't play it on the reg, and I actually forgot the rules. I have to have a quick refresher. But no. Does Craig Porter Jr. have a good future if Donovan leaves? There's a lot to go through there, right? Can Craig Porter Jr. be a interesting NBA rotation player? Yes. Do I ever project him to be a starter? I don't think so. He's very small. He does a lot of very funky and interesting things, but I think his upside is as a backup. Will Chet finish the season as the highest ranked rookie ever? I don't think so. Pretty sure Steph was top 10. Pretty sure Chris Paul was top 10 or top 15 as well. So I doubt it. Industry pickup update. I did a whole section on it yesterday, Alec, in the show. Yesterday's recap show, the last 5 minutes are all industry pickup. I won. I'm on top of the standings. So I was going pretty well, but went through everything on it yesterday. Ramen or pho? Good question. I have pho way more often. It seems easier for me to get around this area. There are a lot more ramen places in the CBD, but I'm not in there because I don't need to be. But as a let's throw Luxor in there as well. It's probably ramen, laksa, and pho, but they're all sick. With Derek White out, I have Kessler in IR. Is it worth dropping? No, fuck no. What? No. It's one game. Derek White is out for one game. You do not make that is a crazy move. Apologies to you, Bailey Tomo Thompson. And I was going to be so rude to you, but you're already being rude to yourself because you got Raptors as your logo. You don't make a move like that. You don't drop someone like Walker Kessler because Derek White's out for one game. You take the hit for today. That is it. What's up with Jarrett Allen? He had a bone bruise. Will he improve? I'm sure he will. He's coming back from the bone bruise. Is Scott Barnes your daddy? Joe Simpson, welcome. How's your prediction of Scotty Barnes averaging 3 blocks per game going? Or did you mean 2 blocks every 5 games? Because that's what he's doing at the moment. Is it this one? Yeah, that's it. There you go. Cam Johnson's rest of season outlook. Better than what he's doing at the moment. Will Trey Murphy render Herb useless? No. A lot of what Herb is doing at the moment has got nothing to do with what Trey Murphy does. Look, it's not like Herb's playing 40 minutes. It's not like he's getting 30 usage. He's sort of just doing his little thing. Now, part of what Herb's value is at the moment is insane block rate, which comes down, nothing to do with Trey, and he's shooting at a really high level, also nothing to do with Trey. So what we might see is Trey comes back and Herb cools off, and it's literally nothing to do with Trey returning. But he's not in a situation where he's getting pumped every minute into him, and he's getting all of the ball handling or all of the shot attempts that Trey would get. That's not happening. Would I do a behind-the-scenes video? I'm interested to see your setup. Yeah, N23, I posted one last season as a short, and on TikTok, I will, but most of the day, I'm home by myself, so no one's here recording me do it. But yeah, I'll see what I can do. Have I ever been to Australia? Yeah, I have. I don't know. Is that a serious question? Do I respect Chris Boucher even with his checkered past? I don't know anything about his checkered past, to be honest. I've never heard anything about that. Any updates on... I answered that one already. Looking for a website that gives you projections? Thank you for all of these softball, down the middle, fastballs. Yeah, Turk, I know of one. It's called basketballmonster.com. I'm not setting this up. How is this happening? Okay. Where do I watch the games? Do I go to Buffalo Wild Wings? Am I losing my mind? What is happening? Where do I watch them? In my house. Because Buffalo Wild Wings does not exist here. Not that I would go to Buffalo Wild Wings, although their wings are not bad. I'm not a big wings guy. I don't like the bones. Too much hassle. When to pick up Scoot Henderson? It would depend a lot, again, on individual team and where your injury is situated across your whole squad. Scoot's going to be bad when he comes back. He'll be bad for a few more weeks, a month maybe at least, right? But I expect that he returns probably next weekend this weekend in 6-7 days after Thanksgiving. So if you wanted to grab him now and sit on some zeros, you can do that now. Are you crazy for being disappointed in McCall's performance? No, but that depends on what your expectation was. He's doing basically what I thought he would do. But I didn't view him as a first-round player, as some people did, which was clearly crazy, or a second-round player, as others did as well. I didn't view him that way. To me, he was like a mid to more back-end third-round player. Do I support a Premier League team? Yeah, but very softly, Newcastle. Will I ever do weekly recap shows for weekend games for stuff? Probably not. Like I do have to have a life, right? I can't work 150 hours a week. And while you might think that a show takes 40 minutes, it takes 5 hours to do, right? It's a lot out of my day. And I can't do it 7 days a week. And I have my weekend with my family that I deal with. But in saying that, this weekend there will be, unless something goes wrong, there will be a recap of Friday's games this week. Somewhere you can get wings without bones. Yeah, that's what... And they're just nuggets. I don't care. Nuggets are delicious. Don't care. Did sports media not know about Bridges practicing with the team before last week? He seems way too game ready. No. Steve Clifford mentioned this. There was footage of this 2-3 weeks ago. Everyone knew this. That's why I was saying to pick him up weeks ago. Is Basketball Monster membership one-time payment? Yes, it is. I mean, one time per season, yes. Have I ever watched hockey? Yes. Have I got an NHL team? Yes. Philadelphia Flyers is my team. Not looking good for us. I've been a fan of them since the early 90s. Eric Lindros, John Leclerc, Mark Recchi, Eric Desjardins. What more do you want to go? Ron Hextall. Is Easton a drop in 14? No. No, you wouldn't want to drop him in a 14-team league. Let's go back and see what other news we may have had come through. Evan Fournier is out. So if anyone cares, he is out. And that's... Yeah, so we're still waiting on Herder. We're waiting on Şengün. We won't get that one until late. And that'll be Landale as the replacement, I'm guessing, with a little bit of Jeff Green. And then Vezenkov is the other one, but that's not going to matter a huge amount because we are going to get out of here with 1 minute to go. So I appreciate everyone being in here. If you are looking for projections, you might want to head to basketballmonster.com and see what everything we've got, which is totally customizable to your league. Totally customizable. All right, we're out of here. Hit thumbs up, leave comments. Thanks everyone for being legends. Even the shit blokes, you're all legends too. Not that there's any shit blokes in here. I'm sure you're all brilliant. So hit that like, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you blokes later.